Good morning. This is my first experiment at making some video content, and my intention is to share some of my thinking around my new series that's coming up starting on October 5th. This is a new venture for me and one that's been long in the making. It's still very new, and I am making these videos in part to practice talking about it and to put out there pieces of the web that seems to be weaving itself together in my mind and through me. One of my big inspirations right now is a philosopher, ecologist, poet named David Abram, and he expresses some things beautifully that I've been thinking in the back of my mind for a long time. So I'd like to share a quote from him and then talk about it just a bit. For too long, we've closed ourselves to the participatory life of our senses, inured ourselves to the felt intelligence of our muscled flesh and its manifold solidarities. We've taken our primary truths from technologies that hold the world at a distance. Such tools can be mighty useful and beneficial as long as the insights that they yield are carefully carried back to the lived world and placed in service to the more than human matrix of corporeal encounter and experience. This notion that the insights of science, all the sophisticated technologies that science has created to measure down to the subatomic level and out to the cosmic level, the importance of carrying these insights back to our lived experience. This is my goal for this series in a tentative, exploratory way and on through my teaching in the years to come. How can we take the gifts of science and use them to enliven our connection to both our felt experience and its larger context, which is the living world, this living, breathing earth of which we are a part. And science, up until now, up until recently, has largely served to cut us away broadly, to help man separate from nature, much to our great loss and the Earth's great loss. And what I'd like to explore in this series is how we can turn that around and use the teachings of science, the stories that science has found, and by telling those stories while moving our bodies, while meditating, while breathing, come back into greater intimacy both with our flesh and then the flesh of the world. I intuitively know this is possible. I don't quite know how it's going to happen, but we're going to find out together. So if you'd like to join me, again, the first class is on Thursday night, October 5th at 7 p.m. Thank you. Hope to do a few more of these before then.